It's just different.
Hey you guys, welcome to the Mind of Enigma. I'm your host, Mr. Enigma. Today I have Coach E. Butts Jr. with me, and we're at the Macon Bibb United Boxing Club on 3301 Roth Avenue, Macon, Georgia. How you doing, Coach Butts?
Good, man.
Thanks to meet you. Thanks for having me here too.
No problem.
Now I'm here to talk about your upcoming boxing event that you have next year. It's in January, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Before we get into that, all about the event, I want to talk about your background into boxing and, what led you to become a boxer. Like, when did you first get introduced into boxing?
Well, I really started at an early age. At 8 years old, my father was a professional boxer, and that's how I was introduced to the sport. I had my first bout at 10 years old at the farmer's market in Atlanta, Georgia. And, from there on, it just, carried on to that. And that's basically how I got started,
So since you were 10 years old?
Since I was 10 years old, I've been putting them up since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does how long have you been coaching for?
Wow. I've been coaching right now about 22 years.
22 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How does the process from amateur to pro, how does that process work?
Well, basically, amateur boxers are amateur fighters. They're guys who actually, you got three levels. You got the JO level, which is ages 8 to 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the novice level, which start around, well, correct me on that. You got the youth division, 17 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the novice division from 18 to 34. And you can turn open at that time. Open division is more experienced fighting.
Okay.
But after open, let's say you had about maybe 30, 40 fights. Getting into the professional ranks is a total different animal. It's instead of trophies now, you're going to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of 3 rounds, you're going to do 4 rounds or better.
Mm.
And you got some guys who don't have a big amateur career who just turned pro.
Mm.
And them are most of the guys I somewhat deal with on my Bibb Gene promotion. That's what we bring to the table. But most guys, if you're in the amateur rank, you want to try to get regional action, maybe go to the nationals.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, you have a chance to go into the Olympics.
Oh, see, that's a big question I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
Too. The Olympics. Now, since you said you go from regional, so there's so many bouts that a boxer must have to compete within the Olympics?
Well, the thing about it, okay,
Mm-hmm.
the Olympics is like more or less a group that's, let's say, like a basketball team. Okay, they win the state championship.
Yes.
From the state, they go to the regional.
Okay.
From the regionals, they go to the championship.
Okay.
The national is like the championship.
Okay.
Okay, once you win a national, that's qualify you for Olympic trials. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And if you win Olympic trial, you be on the Olympic team at whatever weight you win it.
Okay. So you still get picked up like Olympics. You go through like being a country, having someone scout for you.
Well, what happened is once you win, let's say you win Olympic trial in the USA in your weight class.
Okay.
Then you got to compete international.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be the best, internationally in that weight class in order to go compete for the world.
Mm-hmm.
As the Olympics, Olympics you got everybody, Cuba, USA, everybody competing in. but you're gonna represent USA.
Okay.
That's how that worked. I mean, you got some kids like Dante Wilder. He only had 20 fights, and he was part of the 2008 Olympic team. Yeah, he was. That's one of the less fortunate ones who was good enough to make the Olympics with only 20 or less fights.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about the legal process from amateur to pro? Because I know it's a lot of layers.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
Christian, I had an interview earlier with Christian Brown. One of the things he told me was he didn't know. He said that you handled the legal process.
Yes.
When I asked him about how did it go about, because knowing his past, I want to know, did it throw up any red flags? But he said you handled that whole process. Could you tell me just about the legal process going to be a pro? Period?
Well, actually, after amateur, once you become professional, that is your business. That's you like a product. You know what I mean? It's the legal part of it is you get a federal ID. You know what I mean? And most guys in professional boxing, I say a high percentage of them are maybe convicted felons. I mean, it's sadly to say that, but that just the cards they've been tossed. But that don't hold you back.
No, it don't.
It doesn't hold you back, and it's nowhere I know of saying if you was a convicted felon that you can't turn pro.
That's right.
But then the amateur is use a convicted child molester or something like that. You can't coach.
Wow.
You know. But unlike professional boxing, it's cutthroat. It's not. What I mean is, you know, you have a promoter, you have a manager, and you have a trainer. Okay. Your promoter makes sure you get promoted, you get fights. Your manager takes care of your fight early on. Your trainer trains you. You know, and that's how that works. The legal part basically is you go to whatever state you in to the commissioner. And what they do a little background on you. And they give you a federal ID. That's your federal ID number. And you have a federal ID in order to box. That's like your company.
Yeah, and like I said, I was talking to Christian. He said it's more of like books. It's like every medical record they have to pull up every time you went and got tested, drug tested. Before you fight.
Right.
It's like your own resume. It's like a resume on you.
Right. It's like a Bible. You get, I mean, in amateur boxing, you get a book. You know what I mean? They keep up with all your fights. In the professional, the state that you're commissioned in, they got all your records.
Yes.
Wherever you box anywhere in the country, they got everything. I mean, from drug testing, from blood tests. I mean, everything you tested. That's like you go to an event and you want to fight. You have to have up-to-date blood, which is hip B and C. You got to have vision. You know, each state require different qualifications, different kind of medical. You know.
When I was talking about besides events that you do, I want to talk more about your classes, like age frame that you accept kids in, and to how you orchestrate your class times and periods of training throughout the year, besides hosting events.
Okay, basically, most of our classes, all our classes are taught at Macon Bibb United Boxing Club, where I'm employed at. And we have youth classes from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
What's the age frame?
The age frame is from 8 to 16-year-old.
Okay, so you don't accept no age lower than 8?
No. Reason being is we're governed under GABA, which is Georgia Amateur Boxing Association.
Okay.
They don't insure no one under the age of 8.
Okay.
You know, and by you coming here training, we're certified trainers. Okay, when we work with you, in any instant you get hurt while training, that'll cover you if you're a registered boxer.
Okay.
But if you're at the age of 7, you're at the discretion of your parents, and that could be, I mean, some of them don't have insurance.
Yeah.
So you be at liability, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's why the age is like that. But we do have above the age of 16. You know, you can't come here. It don't say anybody 17 up cannot train here. But you got to have a window for those kids. You got to have a youth program. That's just part of making Bibb Parks. You got to have that.
So at 8 to, what age you said, 8 to?
8 to 16.
Okay, and everything else after that is just adult?
Well, it's adult. It's mostly adult novice.
Okay.
And just like with amateur boxing, we try to portray our classes and training around GABA.
Okay.
Like, it's a group 8 to 10-year-old. The 8-year-old can box an 8-year-old.
Okay.
9 and 10 can box a 9 and 10-year-old.
Okay.
You got 11 and 12-year-old can box each other. 13, 14, and 15, 16.
Okay.
That's how that works. That's why we break it down like that.
All right.
Yeah.
How much would be your classes, your class rate go for?
Well, for boxers, the youth classes are 20 a month.
Okay.
You know, that's 20 a month. You know, and like I said, the older group come in and they train. You know, depending on what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? But our youth classes are $20 a month. Yeah.
What are some qualities you think people can take from boxing?
Well, basically, it's unlike MMA, where you're kicking and throwing elbows and headbutting. Boxing is, you use your hand. You use what you got given. It's a sweet science. And, it teaches you about concentration.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it teaches you to get off anger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's offer a whole lot of different stuff, man. Right now, we got a Parkinson group coming here for older guys, older women with Parkinson, because boxing is a form of treatment for Parkinson patients. You know?
Really?
Right.
I always, seeing Muhammad Ali, you know, I always thought it would cause that.
Well, see, that's what people insinuate, because that's what it is, but Parkinson is a disease you don't have to catch from boxing. You know, it's an aging disease, you know, so it basically, true enough, that's what they're saying, but I don't totally agree with it.
Okay, so there's a lot of bad stigmas about boxing, about any basically any martial arts sports. There's always a bad stigma behind it.
Well,
and that mostly because due to the injuries and later stuff.
Well, if you want to go that route for it, look at football.
Yeah.
It's contact sport. Mm-hmm. Head blows. You know, not putting a bad rap on the sport, but you're gonna take blows, whether it's football, basketball, or whatever. But boxing, you know, like I said, it's a safe way of doing it, and that's what I try to teach here.
Yes, sir.
And Macon Bibb. I try to always. It sounded bad police around here because I don't allow any unauthorized sparring. I don't like guys running around here doing fist knuckle up fights. I don't.
Yeah.
Gotta be safe with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Promote goodwill amongst the people. Okay. I
Right.
understand that.
Right.
Can someone come in? Have you ever? Well, this is just not to say any of your students, but can someone come into boxing with a mentality of, oh, I got all this anger, you know, and be totally changed throughout their whole process? Like, have you seen them just change for the better?
Yes. I've seen that. That's virtually why the sport is taught. I have had probably a high percentage of my kids come here with anger, need anger management. And this is like
a form of therapy, treatment.
Very much. And also it's mental also. You know, but I get a lot of kids, man, they go through, Department of Juvenile Justice and go through treatment. And part of treatment is in the heavy bag.
And so it's like you said, it's part of treatment. Like it restores them mentally.
Sure.
Sort of, in a way, it does.
Well,
a lot of people come in, like say, with anger, and we just said about it. It just helps them develop more into the character that they were trying to exhibit.
Right. And plus, it tires them out.
Yeah, you can't do nothing when you're
You
tired.
can't do nothing when you got so much energy ball, and you go hit in the bag, all of a sudden I've seen it happen so much. Dude.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, boxing, any kind of contact sport like that helps with anger, you know.
Okay. how long have you been in this gym, Macon United Boxing Club over in Rock?
We've been open for 4 years.
You've been open for 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So you moved around a bit in the Macon area?
Well, before Macon Bibb United Boxing Club, me and my father used to open gym throughout the city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, straight from grassroots. You know, been doing that over, in over 40 years, man.
Okay.
And we was very grateful that Macon Bibb established a place like that, you know, to more or less cater to guys who not only want to box, but just get in great condition and just have some form of self-defense in a more positive manner.
Yes, and that's another question I wanted to ask you about. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
If I didn't want to become pro, but I just want to do self-defense and conditioning, is there do you have just a program dedicated?
Yes,
to
yes.
that?
We have, a lot of them are taught early morning.
Okay.
Okay, but we got a window from like 6 to like 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Where we can work with you, you know, on just form, how to punch, how to throw shots, how to block, you know, and then getting you in great condition at the same time. Weight loss,
Oh.
you know, I'm a personal trainer myself, so I encourage guys to come, man. It's a workout. You can never, a boxer is one of the most well-trained athletes in the world. So you get that same training.
Okay. So before we leave,
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned earlier about the event coming in January of next year. Could you just go into, just go and give us the info, time, date, everything we'll need to know, ticket sales?
Okay, January 5th at the Shrine Temple in Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
We're going to be hosting, E-Bus Junior Promotion going to be hosting its 14th show.
Okay.
It's my 14th show in 3 years. Okay, this show going to consist of boxers throughout the country. Even our home guy, Christian Brown.
Okay.
Also my son, Travion Butts,
Okay.
who's just going to be his professional debut. I mean, it's going to be a great show. The show going to start about 7:45.
Okay.
Doors going to open at 6:30.
Okay.
Tickets going to go on sale after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We call it the early bird sale. From after Thanksgiving to December 15th, tickets going to only be $20. If you can get your ticket before then, it will be beheaved to do that. Because after that, we're going to have $25 ticket, ringside ticket. I mean, like I say, it's going to be a great show. I mean, don't miss it. Like I said, it's going to be January 5th, Saturday, at the Shrine Temple on 222 Macon Drive.
Okay. Ringside tickets, how much were they?
Ringside tickets are $45.
Okay.
$45. That gets you up close and personal with all the fighters. You get to hear all their antics. You get to, I mean, even probably get camera action. It's the best seat in the house.
Oh yeah. Trust me, I was there. I was there at the last event, and it was a show.
Oh yeah.
I loved it, every bit of it. How many cars on the fight this year? Well, not this year. Next year event, your upcoming event.
How many fights?
Yes, sir.
Roughly 8 bouts.
8 bouts.
Yeah, roughly 8 bouts.
Looking to add more, or just?
Well, you basically you want to keep it at 8 bouts because that makes the show more attractive. When you have them 10, 12 bouts, it kind of drag along.
Yeah.
And most people come to see what they want to see, and then they get out. But I'm trying to get 8 exciting bouts where everybody want to stay and see it.
Yeah.
Christian he's excited.
Yeah.
You know, Christian homeboy, and I promote him. Also my son Trey. They're gonna be highlighting the card. Plus I'm gonna have some other great fighters on there also.
Okay.
So do not want to miss it. They're gonna be banging, and this is the way you learn out what's going on in Macon, man.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people like, man, I didn't know we were doing boxing. Come out and check it out.
Yeah.
And even come over to Macon Bibb United Boxing Club to find out about more different events like this one on January 5th.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Coach.
All right, man.
Butts.
Appreciate you, man.
And you guys heard it here first. Macon United Boxing, Coach E. Butts Jr. January 5th, 7:40. Wait.
7:45.
7:45. Mecca Drive.
222 Macon Drive.
222 Mecca Drive at the Shrine.
At the Shrine Temple.
And it'll
Come
be
see you.
on and popping.
On and popping. Get your tickets early. It's only $20.
$20. You heard it here first. My name is Enigma. Bye.
It's just different.